Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to one of my live videos. So before I begin this particular live stream, I just want to give a shout out to Lindsay Sterling and wish her a happy birthday. Hope she has a blessed one. I love her very much. And let's get started with this stream. Alrighty. So you won't see me playing much, but I just want to have an inventory with myself, see what the heck I've been catching a lot lately throughout my entire time playing this game since, how long ago? Literally since February the 21st, 2017. So I've been playing this game for 2 years. And so right now I'm currently working on catching some of the Unova region. Correct me if I pronounce that region wrong, or which is the correct way. If necessary, I would appreciate that. But anyways, so I used to grind a lot in this game. I kind of slowed down a bit because of college work, and this is everything I've had so far throughout my time playing this game. And some Pokemon has given me a lot of memories of what I've been doing with my life, and along with everything I'm doing worldwide, or nationwide, I say. I'll give you a good example. So I remember that I was raiding in Chicago for a little bit. Not really Chicago, but in Illinois, you see here. So I was lucky enough that as I was traveling back to Utah, I decided to join this raid on time to beat up Heatran along with everyone else. So it's been a lot of fun. So if you guys got questions on the way as I look over the Pokemon I've had in my inventory, Jeremy was in the live replay, or not live replay, but the live chat. I will be looking on to it as I continue on streaming, so feel free to say something and I will answer. I promise. So one of my proudest catches I ever had in my entire time playing this game is my perfect Dialga, which is nicknamed as Gyotsu, if I pronounce this correctly. It's Japanese for nostalgia, because it gives me great memories of when I played Pokemon Diamond, and my first legendary I caught. Yeah, and I admire so much is the Dialga. Look how amazing my perfect Dialga is. I sometimes question myself if I should actually get more rare candies to give Dialga an extra move, but I think it's redundant. But that's one of my proudest achievements in a nutshell. Right now, I just currently have Azelf, as it's originally allowed to be raid on, like was in America. So this is the best Azelf that I've had. I also love having Gallade as part of my inventory, especially its shiny form. Or a shiny version, that is. And, yeah. As you notice, this is Jack. And he's, maxed on defense. Haven't really, used him yet. Oh, and this Gallade over here, what's special about him is that he is a 98%. So, super close to a hundo, but unfortunately he is not a hundo, but that's okay though. So I think it was a good achievement I found. I found this in college while I was having the time to play. Here's another Jack, but I think his IVs isn't... Well, actually, it's not too bad. It's just max health and good defense and okay attack. I've seen a lot worse when it comes to shinies. And I think this is my only Porygon Z that is lucky. Yeah, I had a lucky trade. And this is my shiny lucky mammal swine. So he's got like everything except like becoming a perfect one. So as you see here, his moveset is Powdered Snow, Ancient Power, and Avalanche. And the reason why I've actually gave it a extra attack is because later reference, if I want to beat up Rayquaza along with anyone else in my community, I often use this guy as part of my artillery to beat up Rayquaza or any other flying types or any, like any good counters against any other Pokemon in raids. Now, here's a funny part about me. I hold like a crazy inventory of mammal swines. Now, the main reason is because I used to have like so many Sinnoh Stones and a bunch of really good IV'd Piloswines. So I had no idea what to do with them except to just keep throwing them at them and give them the exclusive move of Ancient Power. I think I feel it's good for me to do that because I think for later reference I would want to trade with some other trainers, and it's just in case if they don't have a Ancient Power mammal swine, I could give any of them to them since I'm super happy with having shiny lucky mammal swine. But also I could use them later for Rayquaza raids, but I don't think Ancient Power isn't really that good to use against Rayquaza, even though it's super effective, but it's not 2 times effective, if you guys know what I mean. Let's see, let me go back to the current stream, see any questions. Nope, not yet. That's alright. You see here I have 2 Gliscors. One is saved for PvP. The other one is actually also for PvP as well. I could sometimes throw them in gyms if I wanted to. And there's my Glaceons right here. So this shiny Glaceon isn't really good in IVs, but I just use it for fun. I just throw it in gyms just for the heck of it. But I love its shiny form for this shiny Eevee that I was given. So I felt like it's a great time to turn the Snowflake into a better Snowflake. Yeah. And this is my best shiny lucky Glaceon. So you see here is this wonderful status right here. This moveset. I like Glaceon as a shiny form or version. Then you see a bunch of my Leafeons. Oh, it is just fantastic. And here's my Leafeon that I have not used much for PvP just yet. Actually, no, I take it back. I've done it once with somebody, but I don't think it's really that useful in PvP, in my opinion. But it does have an okay moveset. I don't think it's great, though. It's not as great as Sceptile's moveset. Anyways, so Here's my young Megas. Mickey the Togekiss. Had him since a couple years ago. And here's Patrish, my shiny Magmortar. I had it as a shiny Magby at first, hatched from a 7K egg, which surprised me, so I also gave it a extra move too. So, oh, not him, my apologies, it's a she, Patrish the Magmortar. Yeah, she's pretty big, but pretty awesome looking. There's like my other Magmortars that I've evolved. The funny thing with me is, like, I have some Pokemon that I evolve up to that looks awesome, but yet I don't use most of them, if I'm making any sense here. Like, to explain, like, let's just say, for example, that if you want to do some gym defense, you want to put in like a Pokemon that's best for defending. If you want my opinion of like ideal defense Pokemon, like usually it's Blissey, Snorlax. You can, and rest of you guys can name furthermore. Like, you guys could think that's very tanky in gyms. So you see my army of Magnezones. Thing is, Magnezone is one of my favorite Pokemon. Oh, of course, Magnemite and Magneton is also my favorite Pokemon. Just because they look like robots, so like I even love their shiny form too. I just want to give a shout out to Thomas for giving me this shiny Magnemite that's now a shiny Magnezone. One of my proudest acquisitions I ever had. It's beautiful. Or phenomenal, I say. So here's my maxed out Weavile. That's lucky. Thing is, it's not a hundo, but that's alright. You see my Snovers along with just one Obama Snow with me. Some Mantikes. Of course, you saw my Lumineon. If I remember this name right for this Pokemon, it's Lumineon, I think. Vanitas. Jeez, I have a crazy amount of Finneons I need to trade away. Now, I wonder if any of them are Hondo. Probably not. No. But it's worth trading to anybody that wants them. And this is my lucky Carnivine given by Rob Nottingham. Really cool. I like when I have regionals as lucky. Here's another one of my Carnivines I got from Rob Nottingham. This is my ideal PvP Toxic Croak that I used often in PvP. So it's been fun to use. I have a lucky one as well. Here's my Drapions. One that I would use probably in gyms. Then another one potentially just for PvP. So my opinion, from my research too, I think Drapion is a very, very good ideal PvP Pokemon. It just depends like when you actually use it. Just want to give a shout out to Thomas of how awesome this Pokemon is, since he gave it to me as a lucky Pokemon. 98%. Hippopotoses. I keep ending up finding like a bunch of female ones, since like a couple of them turn lucky for me, which I have nothing against. It's super cool actually. In fact, I got them because they're rare. I feel pretty lucky that I've been getting a couple of Riolus, because I can just evolve them to like Lucario, just in case for PvP. This is my ideal Lucario that I use for PvP. I feel so unfortunate because like I remember I gave it a double move set of charge moves, and as I evolved it, I didn't consider it carefully that it'll go a bit over 1500. So, but I don't think it's the end of the world. I would probably just need to figure out how to maybe just put it in gyms for fun, see how it'll do. I don't think it'll go too far, but hey, it's a rare Pokemon. A bunch of Munchlaxes. I don't really use them, but they're kind of adorable. And here's my lucky Garchomp. Now, here's the odd part. I wonder is whether or not if this is good for PvP. I don't exactly know myself, so that's why I'm super curious about it. Because I use Flygon for PvP instead, but I haven't really put Garchomp much into the test. But I know it as a gym defender, this guy actually really kicks butt. I remember when I tried to take on somebody else's Garchomp in the gym and was all maxed out. Jeez. Like, this guy can get the job done of destroying, like, anyone's attacking steel or electric Pokemon. So there's my Gibble with its Bray Wyatt's what is that I'm trying to mention? It's something weird. It's his catchphrase, "Let me in." So as you notice, like with this Gibble, it has like a lot of kilometers. I've been taking advantage of the event when the candies were reduced back, and so I wanted more candy. So that's how I ended up getting a Garchomp as soon as possible, like this one over here. Here's Mercy, the lucky Spiritomb. I have lucky traded with a good friend of mine in OCC that actually does not mind trading his Spiritomb. I just thought it was a brilliant idea for me and him to do that, and so from that, like, I was able to power her up, and she is really, really good in PvP. I used to kick a lot of butt in the Nightmare Cup, I think, if I recall correctly, and she's a monster on, like, just beating up other Pokemon in the tournament. Again, it really depends on the timing that you use it, though, so Here's my Hapinis, my Bonsleys. Here's a Bronzong I got from Utah. Thanking Tom. Or Thomas. Some of you guys might be thinking on a way that like I catch good Pokemon. That is somewhat true, but at the same time, like I get them because I had such time to walk out and to grind a bit here and there. You know, you see here that I have a hundo Glameow. Haven't evolved it. I haven't decided to evolve her, honestly, because I don't like Purugly. So I just like to keep her as just Glameow. Then here's my lucky Lopunny as a lucky Pokemon I got my previous birthday. And there's Bugs Bunny. 98%. And there's my Ambipalms. A bunch of Shelosses, and I have a couple of Gastrodons. One's lucky. And there's a couple of Pachiritos I got from my friends in my community. They're not that great status-wise, but it's just a fun piece of collection. And here's my Vespiquen. She's not that good, but I evolved her a while ago because her stats are just fair enough for me to go ahead and simply evolve just for Dex entry. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. I got this female Combi for my birthday. Stats are meh. And here's a high IV'd a male Combi. That would be cool if I managed to trade this with someone who also has a female Combi. So this is my lucky Wormadam I got from Fansies. She is like very good IV wise. Haven't really put her to use yet, but she's very cool looking for like a lucky and has like excellent stats. I couldn't say too much of the same for Damsel, but she's like good enough to like just throw in gyms for fun. And there's Taz the Burmy, or the Leafy Burmy. And there's a Trash Burmy I still have as a female. I could turn into a Trash Wormadam anytime. Speaking of that, should I do that? I don't know, because its IVs is not that good. It's not as good as Taz's IVs. And Taz is a male, but I still don't have a Trash female Wormadam. I just realized that. Wow. I don't know if I should evolve, though. And there's another female Burmy that could turn. I would probably just trade later. Another one, tradable. Not trying to flex too hard, but I do carry good Pokemon. Okay, funny story was this Bastiodon. So this is my very first. I think this is my very first Shieldon I ever had. That has really good IVs. So I was like, oh, man, it has 10 CP, but its IVs are so excellent. So I'm just like, might as well evolve it since it has good IVs. Then I think it's just kind of funny because it's super low CP of 21. So I honestly use him to put in gyms. Here's Banger, my Rampardos. Man, look at this stream. We at like, let me go back. Like how long I've been streaming this. It's been like about 28 minutes, and I'm still like have been over a quarter of like what I've been looking into amongst you guys. This is how insanely huge my inventory is. So there's Navalo, the shiny Luxray. It's beautiful. I'd trade her for a lucky trade if I manage to find someone that actually has one of these. Oh yeah, Lucky Bidoof. What I'll do without the Lucky Bidoof? Make it as a meme. Oh yeah. You know, I feel so wise because just the previous community day, I saved a lot of Turtwigs to evolve to get the Frenzy Plant. And yes, I did not like the timing of the previous community day because I go to church, and so church is my schedule is like from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So overall, it's not bad. It's not like the worst timing in the world. Well, actually, I take that back. It was actually the worst timing for me because I really love going to church. But to stay on topic with Pokemon Go, I was happy with just getting at least one or two shiny Turtwigs. This is my best shiny Torterra that I got, along with him having a Frenzy Plant. And then here's my other Torterras that does not have or doesn't have Frenzy Plant. Twigus does. Honda Sonus does. And did I forget to evolve Sprite? Sprite is not that great. Wickle. I have mixed feelings for Wickle before I evolve it. Here's my other shiny I got. Excuse me. And I love its coloration as a shiny. It's beautiful. And here's all my Deoxys I have encountered along with other people. Was in EX raids. I haven't even bothered at all when it comes to the bonuses of the Ultra Awards, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So it was announced for a week that like all five forms, if I remember correctly, four forms of Deoxys. My proudest achievements, a couple of proudest achievements I also am proud to have is I used to have two shiny. Actually, I still have two shiny Zapdoses, and I also have like two shiny Rayquazas. This one I'm never giving away because, well, it's beautiful. And it's, oh man, excuse me. That has really good stats too. Much better stats than my previous shiny. Then you see me, like, I have been diligent on rating Rayquazas myself. Some people are like hardcore. People, or some of my friends consider me hardcore as well, but I'm not that hardcore, as in, like, I do this super consistently. Like, I have higher priorities in my life than this game. Not that I have anything against Pokemon Go. This is why I'm streaming this game for you guys. Streaming myself playing this game for you guys. Show my inventory. Like, look at this. Like, I used to have a crazy inventory of the amount of Groudons I rated. And this is my one of my best acquisitions I got from a buddy that I managed to lucky trade with. There's Raphael, and he is huge, or it's huge. It doesn't have a gender. So it is ginormous, and I really, really love its stats. Of course, you see it was in my streams. I'm also a WWE fan, so my apologies if that's a little distracting for you guys to see that banner. I'm going to have to shut that notification off next time when I stream. Whoo, boy. Here's ShamWow, the lucky shiny Kyogre I got from a good buddy of mine from a tournament. And there's all my Kyogres I have that I could trade if people want them. I mean, seriously, I actually do have pretty good Pokemon to trade to. But here's the thing about me, though. I think one of the biggest reasons why I have a hard time trading certain Pokemon is because I feel like, for example, if the other party like doesn't have a good friendship with me, like whether it's Ultra or best friendship, that's my ideal of good friendship to like trade special Pokemon with. But I wouldn't ever trade Pokemon for like a million Stardust just to give like a Pokemon like this away. I just find it ridiculous, in my opinion. There's my shiny lucky Latias from a buddy of mine. It's just a very relaxing weekend now, so I'm thankful for you all to take your time to watch this stream as I go into my inventory. It's all my Reggies I could trade also. Regirock was a pain for me to catch. If many of you remember from my previous uploads. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, what do you mean by previous uploads? If you go under my YouTube in Johnny Ross, I have left a video of me having a hard time getting a Regirock, I think, if I remember correctly. But man, these guys are such a pain. to get. Beating it is easy, but it's much harder to catch them than to beat them. So then here's my army of Metagrosses, especially my shiny ones. I don't have a shiny lucky yet of Metagross. I might put that as like a bucket list of Pokemon I want as lucky to max out for fun. This is one of my favorite troll Pokemon I like to use. It's my controller. So just put it in gyms for fun. Like if people puts in crappy Pokemon in gyms and they're my team, I pretty much do the same exact thing for fun. So I just if they feel entitled to put in a weak Pokemon in there, I should feel the same way too. But that's just a train of thought. So and here's my Salamances. I have a bunch. But then here's my shiny lucky Salamence. She is powerful, maxed out. Can't complain about it. Really good IVs. So you see I have a bunch of Bagons, shiny ones mostly. I could trade them if anybody wants them, but again, I like to encourage other trainers to be very, very considerate when it comes to dust. As long as they're sure of themselves of the dust thing, or Stardust thing, then I might be okay with it. You see, I still have my shiny Love Disc. I received her since a bit after Valentine's Day. And yes, I have 2 shiny Gorbuses. One's a she, one's a he. That's pretty cool. Here's Chris Benoit. He's got good IVs. Really huge. And there's all my clan pearls. I could trade. Haven't done so yet. Here's Junior. But she's not tradable because I just like to keep just one as a piece of collection. Here's one of my ideal PvP Pokemon I use in tournaments. This is my Glowly. And his moveset is just Ice Shard and Shadow Ball. I use it in tournaments if I remember correctly. Something involves ice types, I think, can be used. I can't remember exactly around the tip of my tongue because it's been a while since I've been playing. I think it's something involved. I don't know if it's a Rainbow Cup. I don't think it's a Rainbow Cup. But anyways, I have been kicking butt with this Pokemon if used right. So it's pretty cool. Jeez. Then there's my shiny Absol I got during Go Fest week. But that I didn't attend at Chicago this year. So I'm okay with not going this year. I might plan to go next year, but I'm not super beyond positive about it because there's a lot planned I might do next summer. And there's my lucky Tropius I got from a good friend of mine. Got this. He got this from Spain. So yeah, really cool stuff. Here's literally all my ghost types. Not all my ghost types, but here's my shiny Shuppet that I have not traded with anyone just yet. Just looking for the right timing for anyone who actually has one. Here's one of my prize acquisitions I got from a good friend. He got me this shiny Phoebus that turns lucky. Now his name is Seymour, and it looks pretty awesome. I love the design of Milotic. This is my shiny Cordelia I have, my only one I found. Here's a Whoppy. It's a Whiscash. Really, really good for PvP. Now here's a major part of my acquisition I had in my inventory. So here are all my Spindas I've caught. I think I got this around February. Yeah, literally on Valentine's Day, right on. Has a heart-shaped design on it. It's adorable. Here's my shiny Grumpig. That used to be a Spoink. I think I got it. It was in some, I think it's a Chinese festival event. It's really cool looking. Or it's just Gildan or gold. This is my lucky Grumpig. Here are my Torkoals. I've had 4 of them. Most of them I think I got is from either GoFest or some exclusive event. Here's my Dynamax meme shiny Wailord. So, funny story about this shiny I got from one of my friends is that he doesn't like DIVs. So, since I had the dust to get it, I told him that I'll take it away from him. And of course, when I got it back, his IVs aren't really not the best. But I think it's just funny to use, just to throw in gyms, just to troll around with. Here's my only Volbeat I got from a friend from an EX raid. It's really cool. I got one to add into my Pokedex. Now to go back to the streaming, see if there's any questions. Not yet. I'm sure that a bunch of you guys will look at this stream and we'll be asking questions later in the comments below. Feel free to share any comments below, any questions or thought about the Pokemon I've had. And yeah, here's Marty Skrull, the shiny Aeron. This is my second shiny Aeron I've got. I've already traded one with somebody as a switch to make an attempt to make it lucky. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but I'm okay was this kind of trade because I could just use this guy in gyms for fun. I mean, look at this. So many options of Pokemon to use and to put in gyms. There's my shiny Mawile. Shiny Mawile was such a shocker to me when I first approached him. And here is my shiny Sableye, which I found on the way of heading to college. He's huge, so one of my favorite acquisitions because it's just super random. It's during fall season. I remember back then, the Shedinja is one of my favorite Pokemons I ever caught. Now, the odd part about Shedinja is it does not have the ability Wonder Guard, unfortunately, so it's very, very useless. So, in my opinion, though, I love the design of Shedinja, though. That's why it's one of my favorite Pokemon. It's just because of its design. Wonder Guard is another factor of reasoning why I actually love Shedinja, but at the same time, people, if they do their research of logic of effectiveness, then this Pokemon would still be rendered useless. Pokemon Go, in general, Shedinja is just useless. I would assume that people would just put it in gyms to troll around with. I will do the same thing. Here's my army of Slackings. Here's my Hundo, which I've had perfect IVs of. She's a surprise catch when me and a couple of my friends were grinding in Slack Off Day. Then all of a sudden, a bunch of us found Hundo somewhere in the city. So we all catch it as soon as possible. Whoopsies. Sorry, let me take us back. Here we are. Here are my Gardevoirs I've had with this exclusive move, Synchronoise. Really good IVs. Here's Clara, the Gardevoir. She's okay. She has Synchronoise as well. Here's another Gardevoir that's lucky and also has Synchronoise. Then I have a few shiny routes from Routes Day. Sorry about that. Alright, to resume on my browsing of my inventories of what Pokemon I have. Here's my shiny lucky Pelipper I got from a friend from college. I have made her useful. kind of funny looking, to be honest. But it's cool as a shiny, though. Even though it's green. Here's my shiny Phoebus. I meant shiny Talo. Now, the funny story about the shiny is I caught it, like, during a very, very stormy winter day. So, there was, like, snowstorming going on, and on Phoebus Day, like, as happening a winter season, like, it's been super hard for me and my community to do a bunch of tasks because it's too snowy and stormy, and just don't have enough time to, well, it's not just only not enough time, it's just not enough safety for majority of us to get out there and catch or do the task for us to try to get a single shiny Phoebus. Here's one of my ideal use of PvP. I've used them a bit in some tournaments because it's fighting type. So here's movesets of Blaze Kick and Blast Burn. Not bad IVs at all. Here's my Hundo Sceptile. I'm surprised I haven't maxed it yet. But that's probably because it's not, I don't think it's worth my death yet. Oh boy. And here's my army of Ho-Ohs. I have 2 shinies of Ho-Ohs. There's one up here that's like upgraded a lot or powered up, along with Alundris. And here's my shiny Lugia. Yowie, wowie. My inventory is just ginormous. I'm not trying to brag, but that's how big it is. So here are my Tyrannitars. I think most of them have Smackdown, but I have some that still has Bite. Here's like 2 of my shiny Suicunes I got from Suicune Day raids. Really fun. The only shiny that I haven't got out of the 3 beasts that I haven't caught in a while myself in raids is shiny Raikou, which I have managed to get from a lucky trade, which isn't a huge deal to me, nor to the other party. So grateful to have this shiny Raikou from a good friend of mine. And here's Omlet, another one of my proud acquisitions because she was super tanky back before they nerfed her. So I remember on one semester when I was at college, I put her in a gym, and she's like literally almost impossible to take out. I remember that she won about 18 times in a gym defending, as I like also take care of her too in the gym. Yeah, gym defending. So many Pokemon. When it comes to smear goals, I'm not really into doing snapshots of just getting the badge. I think it's just kind of ridiculous for me to do that. Oh, man. Pardon me. Excuse me. So, there's all my Delibirds. I was trying so hard to get a not lucky, but a shiny Delibird off of the wild, especially in Utah. Unfortunately, I have not found one. That's okay. There's Oscar, the shiny Piloswine. And here's Syracuse, the swine nub. Here's Crossover, the Lucky Hero Cross. Very, very fun thing to have. Or fun Pokemon to have. I haven't really used him much for raids. I just was glad to have it as a lucky Pokemon. Not bad stats. Just triple 13 stat. Oh, here's another one of my proudest achievements I have. Is just some meme Pokemon such as Shuckle. I love the coloring of shiny Shuckle though, since blue is my favorite color. Dark blue is my favorite specific color. So, yeah. Man, am I even almost done with this inventory yet? This is a lot of Pokemon I've had. Looks like I'm getting there. Oh yeah, I forgot. I also have a hundo snowball at some point. Wow. It's things I do when I research my inventory. Oh, this one's another one of my proud achievements I've got. Very, very crazy story about this one. So this is my shiny Steelix, Onidus. She is 98%, as you can see. Also part of her stats. It's, like, excellent. This is unbelievable. So what happened is that I was grinding on spinning stops all over SU campus. Then resorted to visiting the Oakwood Cemetery. And over there, I ended up finally getting myself shiny Onyx was in a research task. And oh boy, how beautiful she is. Nice and golden. Pretty cool. And I could also use it in PvP sometimes if I really want to. If necessary, though. But it's just cool to have. Here's Duffnut, the Fortress. That's shiny. To be honest, I actually like Fortress as a tool to use in PvP. Like you can use Fortress to take on. To take on other Pokemon, depending on like the timing. I know I repeated that several times, but That's pretty much the case when it comes to PvP. It's like the timing of when you use them. And I also have a couple more of like shiny Pineco's. One was traded switcheroo back to back, but nothing special happened. Here's one I got from Onondaga Lake Park. So it's IVs. I don't think it's that good, but it's another good find I got during a community day. I forgot which community day I got from exactly. If I were to make an attempt to recall when, I think it's when I was catching bagons. Now here's another inventory of all my proud achievements. So these are my unknowns. I have not actually got any of the ultra hatches, or I don't know if I actually have any of them yet, because I'm still trying to hatch all my 7Ks and 10Ks. So if I'm super lucky, I could end up hatching myself an unknown. But here's a catch I'm worried about, is getting an unknown that I probably already have. I'm looking for those I did not have, like I think it's a U, an A, a T, an R, you name it, from the Ultra Awards. I think I got them all though. Here's my Slow King. It's 100%. You can see how insane my inventory is. There's like a cool collection right here. Like here's Tiny, the shiny Murkrow. I have currently caught 2 shiny Murkrows before. I've traded one to try to make an attempt to make it better. Fortunately, it wasn't at its best potential, but I kept them anyways. I want to show you guys Mama Cosma. She is a beauty. Like, has a great shiny form. Max attack and health. Just doesn't have a max defense, which is not a huge deal though. Has just enough to have me enjoy its shiny variant. What's its exclusive move? Last Resort, even though it's not that great. There's my only shiny Sunny Current I have. And here are all my shiny Emperors I currently have. Athena is my best one I've got. I have 2 shiny Emperors, but they do not have Dragapults, which I don't think is a big deal. So therefore, they're still good as what they are. Oh, this is one of my favorite weapons in PvP or Pokemon. So this is Natalie. She's has like an extra move of Air Slash and Aerial Ace and Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind is one of my favorite moves as of right now, because it's good at boosting like the stats like by chance, so it's really cool. Like as soon as it gets its stat boost, it's kind of over on the other party. Yes, I have 2 shiny Togepi's. I think this is my first one right here, Hershey's. And then there's the other one I just hatched a while ago. Didn't expect to get another one. Some say it's one of the rarest shinies to get, so I was glad I was able to hatch one. I've come across a friend that he got many shiny Togepi's, but I say it's just all luck. Here's the most flawed part about my inventory is the Pichus and the Pikachus. Here's the thing though about me is I don't have anything against like having the Pikachu family in my inventory, but it's just that, well, I like more space to be able to catch as much Pokemon as possible in community days. So I know I'm running out of battery, and that is okay because we are almost done with the inventory that I'm looking into along with you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, during the entire video, please feel free to ask a question or have any thoughts about what I've got. This is not me flexing at all. This is just me showing everything I've got as I've been playing this game. Because I really want to make this first stream of Ruahsenga to be worth it for you guys. So like a reminder in advance, if you guys didn't get the memo or the news, you're gonna get another chance to get a Shadow Ball Mewtwo and EX raids. So that's super exciting. I already have a maxed out Mewtwo with Shadow Ball. It's just his max level. It's not a hundo, but it'll do good enough for me to get me across, whether it's raids or PvP. Armored Mewtwo, I don't have much to comment about other than it's cool looking, but some say it's useless. I don't really have a strong opinion with Armored Mewtwo, except it's cool looking. There's my only shiny Dragonite was Draco Meteor. Here's my shiny Moltres that looks like a flying raw chicken with flames. Now here's another one of my proud achievements I have. Here's Y2J, the shiny Zapdos, all maxed out. Excellent defense. Very, very lovely stats. Very satisfied with this catch. Same idea with Cybertweet, the lucky shiny Zapdos. Max attack, very, very close to a hundo. One of my favorite acquisitions. And here's my shiny Articuno. Excellent looking Pokemon. Very nice and wintry. Here's a bunch of my Snorlaxes I've got. I have a 0 IV to Snorlax, which is extremely rare. I also have a 0 IV to Piplup. I'll show later on the way back of being done with this inventory. So, and yes, I have a couple of Shadow Snorlaxes. we are moving to the evolutions, the very first ones. So I have the only evolution I think I'm missing at this time is a shiny Lucky Vaporeon. I do have shiny Vaporeons already, but it will be good for my collection if I found another person with a shiny Vaporeon. There's all my Eevees. There's my army of Laprases. Here's two of my shiny Laprases. Loch Ness is definitely my favorite out of the two. I think Pock is one that I could trade. It has to be like a very decent deal though if I really want to give this away. So, funny thing is I have two Hundo Gyarados. So, there's Huntley and there's Hylie. I think I'm going to be using Hylie as a PvPer. So it's a good thing I have her. Oh yeah, and here's another shiny Magikarp I've found during Go Fest week. I feel super lucky to have one. Here's a bunch of Tauroses, a bunch of shiny Pincers. A few of my Mr. Mimes. And here's one of my shiny Seahorse. He is the only one, but I'm interested in swapping it in a lucky trade someday. Here's a bunch of Kangaskhans. Unfortunately, I was not able to grind as much to get a bunch of shiny 7K regionals just because I've just been really busy with college. But yet I have managed time to just share inventory of what's been going on in my entire grind in the game. Here's Tyson, the Hitmonchan, the lucky Hitmonchan. Really excellent stats. Could use it in PvP, maybe. Hit Huntley, a proud acquisition I got from a friend. He ended up becoming a lucky, so that's why I call him Hit Huntley. Yes, pun intended. And yeah. I have a bunch of trees here. I don't really recall if any of my trees or executors have an exclusive move. I really think that I do have one a while ago, but I don't feel like I could make use of it. Even when it's like not lucky. So therefore I decided to transfer it. There are some times that I feel a little bit regretful with when I get rid of legacy Pokemon, but at the same time, also most importantly when it comes to games is you have fun playing them. So I just play this for my enjoyment too. So I forgot. Wow, I've been having high EV Krabbies. And what I think I should do right now is I should change Quingler's moveset. I want to change it to Crabhammer. If this doesn't change to Crab Hammer, then I'm just gonna have to wait later. Yeah, definitely gonna have to wait later. Unless Crab Hammer actually belongs to, who's that? Crawdont or Corfish? I think it's Crawdont. Here's my shiny Drowsy, my only one. And there's a couple of shiny Gengars I've had still in my inventory. Excellent Pokemon. Thankful for those that traded those to me. Oh yeah, here's my Hundo Gengar. Yes, this is Waffles, the shiny Cloyster. Story about her is that I've got her from giving away a origin form of Giratina, was a friend of mine. Really cool Pokemon. I sometimes use her in PvP, but I would say I mostly use her in gyms just to have fun to use in gyms or to flex with sometimes. Oh yeah, and also I have another shiny shoulder. Might trade it with somebody though, since I already got a lucky shiny Cloyster already. And here I have a bunch of Shadow Grimers. I wouldn't worry about that because I'll be purifying a bunch of Pokemon maybe later. But my problem is I love to save dust, which is so tough for me to budget dust as much as possible. You can see a bunch of my Farfetches. Here's a Hundo Slowbro. So I have both Slow King and Slowbro as 100s. I meant Slowbro as like a 100% IV'd along with Slow King. Main Goodell as a shiny. I want to trade this guy as soon as possible because IVs is total rubbish. So if somebody has like a shiny Rapidash, that'll be awesome. I'll be honest with you guys, by the time we get to this point of the video, I'm very, very tired. But I feel like I need to make it up for you guys for not laying up the content by sharing this stream of my inventory. This is probably the only video that I'm going to be sharing my inventory of what I've had so far. I might, let's just say, maybe give me 3 years and see if I'll share another inventory that's been going on. Like, my inventory would definitely be subject to change, like, anytime. I love shiny Sandshrew. It's got that nice green. It's just, the coloring is really cool. Got that nice minty green color. And here's my collection of, here's an army of Raichus over here. And here's my only shiny Party Hat Pikachu I've had over here. He parties a lot in gyms, so I love using him in gyms often as much as I can. Oh, on top of that, this guy is actually maxed out too. yeah. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, if this video was to be broken down into a transferring video, then I could do that real easily now. Now that they've figured out the appraisal system out, which is super, super nice. It looks like we are about to be at our end for our inventory. And here's my sunglasses, Blastoises. I have sunglasses, Squirtles. I have a couple. I don't have them as shinies just because I want these shiny Blastoises with glasses to have good IVs, just to be fun to flex with in gyms later. And of course, they have their exclusive moves too. And here's my shiny Charizards, one I've got from Texas during a wedding time. Very adventurous and fun to have. Unfortunately, this one does not have the exclusive move of Blast Burn, but I'm super okay with it because I can just throw it in gyms as much as I want. Bowser, though, Bowser is a totally different story because he can kick butt in PvP, depending on the timing when I use it. Of course, I say that often. And then here we are with a bunch of Venusaurs, the evolution of Bulbasaur. And I think that is everything was in my inventory. So before I end, as I promised, I'll show you my 0 IV Piplup. Maybe evolving in Community Day. His name is obsolete. Yeah, I couldn't make use of it just yet. Here's a question I have at the end of the video. So, if you guys are interested to answer. So, do you think it's a good idea for me to evolve this to Empoleon in Community Day? And if so, why? Please comment below the explanation why. And thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to like. Thundershock that like button. Give that subscribe button a zap cannon as well. And don't forget to join the notification squad for more of this content. I feel very tired from going over this inventory. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my ginormous library of Pokemon I've had. So I'm gonna do a quick inventory right now to see if there's any Pokemon I need to get rid of that are recent. I don't think I have any good Pokemon to keep. So I'll tell you guys in advance that this concludes my live stream. So I'm not apologetic that this is long because this is how inventories work. So, but I may not be all apologetic, but I'm appreciative of your guys' time to really look at, like, what the heck is going on with Ruahsenga's inventory. And so, yeah, isn't that insane? Some of you might be wondering if I'm ever going to Montreal for the Safari Zone event. I'm not very strongly interested with it because I'm focused with college. So thank you all guys for watching, and in advance, you all take it easy now. Whoo boy. So much Pokemon.